Hello folks, today I'm going to do a little bit of solo role-playing and gaming. I'm going to try to keep the visuals to a minimum, and I'm going to try to keep this to maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And the reason I want to keep the visuals to a minimum and say everything as much as possible is because this is podcast form, because I want to submit it to Manalone's competition raffle thingy for August. Who is Manalone, you might ask? Well, if you've never visited the Church of Manalone, he's like the Samwise Gamgee of solo role-playing. So, you know, if you're like Frodo on your way to, you know, do some solo role-playing and you're just like, I can't do it, I can't go on, Sam, then you'll go to YouTube and Manalone will have released some video or other which is gonna make you think, oh yeah, I can do it. You know, he'll give you that push, you know, to go and play some games. So yeah, so his little, I'll link to his competition or whatever, raffle, whatever it's called. And yeah, so the game I'm gonna play today is called Project Ecco. It's a solo time travel game by Elliot Davis. And it says, for anyone who feels like they are running out of time. Written and illustrated by Elliot Davis, guest writing by Samantha Lee. I was reading this rulebook earlier again, and that name rang a bell, and I have another solo role-playing game by Samantha Lee called Outsiders, I think, which I've yet to play. And yeah, so the introduction. Project Ecco is a solo role-playing game in which you play as an agent on a mission to track, understand, and destroy an entity of chronological consumption and obfuscation. In other words, Echo, as named by the agency. But agents have come to refer to it simply as the entity. In this game, you will travel through time across the dates of a single year in pursuit of this being, discovering more about yourself and your employer along the way. So the whole thing of this game is you're writing in like a yearly planner and traveling through the year. I've decided my agent is called Maliki, Agent Maliki, and it's going to be 2011, and starting on today's date, which is August 8th. Yeah, so what do you need? The rules, the usual: paper, a year planner, a coin to flip for head or tails, and some dice. Additional tools, because you will get more tools in the game. Maybe a deck of cards, and also a tarot deck. I did try to play this game I did play this game 2 years ago, and just one session, one evening. I liked it, and then I don't know why I didn't go back to it. Same, like I just got stuck doing other things or whatever. But I like the premise, it's cool. So in this game, your agent finds different methods of time travel called devices. Each device works differently and comes with its own set of prompts. There are 7 devices available for your agent to use over the course of play. You begin your journey with the watch, already in your inventory. The rest are waiting for you to discover along your travels. You may choose to travel with any of the devices in your inventory at any time. While you can use the same device over and over again, mixing it up will lead to more variety of play. To time travel, begin by choosing a device you currently have in your inventory. Turn to that device's page and follow the instructions at the top of the page. Determine the new date you are traveling to and corresponding prompt, then write your response on that date in your planner. Each device has a special group of prompts. Prompts may signify the length of your visit, but you may also decide it makes sense for your agent to stay for one more day. In these instances, feel free to carry your writings across multiple dates in your planner. So then there are some special dates. If you land on special dates of significance, you should go to a certain page in the rule book and follow the prompt there. Well, add that prompt to your prompt from your tools that you're using. And the end game, there are 2 possible ways to end a game of Project Ecco: after you encounter the entity 6 times, or after you return to the agency headquarters 6 times. So I have here this little dial with 6 slices on each side. So one side will be the entity and one side will be the agency. So you track your progress through these on the clock of your character sheet. Once you have met one of these conditions and half the clock is full, half as in the agency, half or the end game, flip to the end game portion of this book on page 66 and bring your journey to its conclusion. I don't have the physical book, I only have the PDF. So, and then there's a whole lot of other things. If you end up on the same date, bad things happen, let's say. So you bump into yourself in time before, or you might black out that day, you might lose that day, and all the kind of timey-wimey stuff. So character creation. So I think I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have given myself a name. So I'm not Agent Maliki. So you are Agent according to the date that you're starting. So let's say, I'm Agent 0808. Okay, no names, I guess. You work for the agency, you have some time, you're highly trained and have prepared for this sort of mission. You have no memory of a life before the agency. There's a coin in your pocket. It feels familiar when you run your fingers over it. This is your coin, your last defense against the instability of time travel. Don't lose it. There is a package waiting for you. You arrive knowing its exact location. It's conspicuously placed but hidden to all but those trained by the agency. Your goal: track the entity, document its effects on time and space, and should you figure out how, save time itself. Make note of your agent number on your character sheet as shown on the back inside cover. Okay? Don't forget your coin. Every agent has a coin. The humble coin serves as a final defense against timeline divergence, referred to commonly among agents as the time storm or simply time hell. Place your coin on the coin space on your character sheet. Whenever presented with options labeled heads or tails, flip your coin and respond to the corresponding prompt. Some events in this game may make you lose your coin. When this happens, set your coin to the side, revealing the lost coin symbol. I guess I should draw that. Lost coin. On your character sheet, if you've lost your coin and are presented with a coin prompt, you face timeline divergence. Whenever you face timeline divergence, blah blah blah, go to this page. Okay. Let's begin. Open your planner to the current real-world day. If using a planner other than the current year, start with January 5th. On this day, answer the first prompt. Okay, let's go to January 5th then. Where are you? What are the sounds, smells, sights, and sensations you notice first? And where do you find your package from the agency? Consider the year you are traveling within. Are you in a city, a village? Is this a version of the world similar to our own or different in some way? Okay. So, Agent 0808 is in New York. And specifically, he finds himself on the corner of Trimble Place and Thomas Street. And he finds himself looking up at this huge skyscraper of a building made with like brown cladding all around it with no windows. And it's kind of got a dystopian, Kafkaesque feel to it. And he walks. The sounds he hears, this street seems a bit quiet at the moment. There are some cars parked along the sidewalk. And off to his left, he can see and hear car horns, hustle and bustle of the city, and like a main road, maybe like a 2 or 3 lane road off to his left. He walks, so I'm Agent 0808. So I walk across the street towards this building, this huge building, and walk up a couple of steps. And I have an uneasy feeling about this building, but off to my left, there's like some kind of, after I've walked up the steps towards the building, towards its main entrance, there's a couple of like benches to the left. There's 1 or 2 people maybe having cigarettes, eating a sandwich, and I know exactly where to go and sit, and I reach under the seat and I find a package. So I pick up the package. I'm wearing a white shirt, the top 2 buttons unbuttoned, some brown pants, and a brown kind of sports jacket, looking like a general office worker. So I open up the package and I find a letter from the director 0214, standard issue agency time machine, the watch, field planner, and enough time appropriate currency to get around. So I've got some dollars, okay? All right, time appropriate, 2011. All right. So I have my watch, I stick on my watch, I put the letter from the director in my pocket. I don't see where I should read the letter or what's written on the letter yet. I'm just gonna assume he's telling me to find the entity, put an end to this time madness. Okay, so I'm gonna go to page 22. The watch, standard issue agency time machine. Looks like a wristwatch with a spinnable outer rim, but it has no discernible way to tell time. Limited travel capabilities, but good for a basic jump. To time travel with a watch, roll 1d6 and use the result to modify the current month or day, add or subtract, and travel to the resulting new date. Consult the following prompts based on the result of your roll. Okay, let's do it. Rolling a d6, that's a 2, and plus or minus, I don't know, let's go 50-50. 1 to 10, it's minus, so we're going back 2 days. So we're going from January 5th to January 3rd. Okay, and we got a 2. The result is there's a convergence. A time anomaly has caused 2 areas to merge in a collage of disparate activity. Who do you meet here, and what 2 conflicting things do you see about them? Who do I meet here? Who do I meet here? Okay, I'm gonna say Agent 0808. I meet my sister here. I'm in front of the same building, but 2 days earlier. For some reason, my sister's here. And she's smiling like she's happy to see me, but she's also sobbing as if something terrible happened to her. And she starts wailing and laughing, and she's like, you have to stop this. It's coming after our family. It knows what you're trying to do. And I tried to comfort her, and then she starts laughing, and I was like, you've no hope, you're done for, it's all gonna be mine. And then just as suddenly she snaps back to Welly again. So I tried to comfort my sister. She's conflicted, and she knows something, but how does she know? How does she know what the entity is doing? Perhaps it already visited her on the previous date. Okay. So I comfort her. I tell her that I'm gonna save us. I'm gonna stop this thing. But she needs to also keep quiet, because nobody should know that she knows about the entity, and the agency might not be happy about this. So yeah, so I spend some time with her, and then I consult my handy watch again, and I make a move. 5. So, and which direction are we going in time? 6. So 2, and we're gonna go to December then. Three, 4, 5. Okay, here we are on 29th of December. Once again, I'm in front of this building, this both scary and fascinating building in New York, 33 Thomas Street, and I'm here. I know there's a new device here for me, so I again go to the same area on the bench. I put my hand underneath the bench, and I need to roll for a new device. So I need to roll 1d6 to get my new device. It's a 1, which is the skimmer. Which is on page 24. Okay. So 24. So the skimmer is a small handheld device with a blank screen. So it kind of looks like the size of the old original iPods. And it has a little antenna sticking out the top. And the only thing on it is like a roller kind of, not a button, but a roller thing, like for a radio, you know? Like to change the channel on the radio. So dizzying patterns dance across a pixelated display as you slide your finger over the single scroll wheel below the screen. The skimmer is agency tech that leverages the rotation of the Earth, long retired due to the side effects of an agent's body. Now, I'm just not clear about... so I have a discovery prompt. So here we are on the 29th of December. So as I pick up the package, I get a message from director 0214. A message from director 0214 appears embedded in a sign, a menu, a newscast, or from the mouth of a passerby. Things are getting worse. What warning does the message contain? So I look up at the sign of this street, this Thomas Street, and it looks like it's turned into like a screen. And it's fuzzy, like static, like TV static, and then his face pops up, and he's saying, "You need to get your shit together, Agent 0808. This thing is eating up weeks. It's eating up months, all through the timeline. You need to hurry." So I received the skimmer. So let's use it. So when using the skimmer, roll 2d6 and add together the results. Flip that many pages in your planner and pick a date on that page as the date you travel to. Okay. So it's a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Which day? I don't know. I roll a d8. 7. Sunday the 17th of November. Okay, and the prompt for this day is: from behind closed doors, the agency exerts control. Who have they replaced? Okay, I feel like Director 0214, the next time I see him, he's gonna have a new face. He's gonna act like he's the same person, but he's not the same person. And whether that's the entity or not, we don't know. Maybe they were just not satisfied with the director's work and replaced him with someone else. But let's say he has a new, oh my god, I don't know what I said. Okay, he looks the same. Let's say he looks the same, but he's a different person. And then he acts differently. And we feel that something is off, okay? God, I don't know what I said, so. We feel something is off. So yeah, we don't know if it's the work of the agency or the entity, but something is different about Director 0214, okay? Okay. So what do we use? Well, we use the watch or the skimmer. I'm not sure. Let's just go 50-50. Low is the watch, so we'll go with the watch. Okay, so rolling 1d6, and that's a 6. So, and which direction? We're going backwards in time or forwards in time? I'll do 50-50 for that, so it's 14. So we'll go forward in time by 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're on the 23rd of November. Okay, and the prompt is: 2 timelines split your vision. You reach for your coin, and I flip it. And it is tails. Oh shit. There it is. An entity encounter. So I need to check the rule book. What happens then? So, entity encounters. An itch in your mind, a comfort at the edge of your most horrifying impulses, nothing and everything. A beast, a god, a demon of cosmic, apathetic hunger. When faced with an entity encounter, roll 1d6 and use the value to get one of the following prompts. If you encounter a prompt you already faced, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Every time you face an entity encounter, destroy a number of days equal to the result of your dice. These dates have been consumed. Oh dear. So that's a 5. So we need to destroy 5 days. So let's destroy the ones preceding this. So these days no longer exist. And what happens? Into your mind you are pulled, trapped in the memories you had forgotten. What are you shown? How are these visions twisted to endanger you? Okay, so Agent 0808 is dragged back to his childhood when he saw in his mind some darkness, and this was seeping into the real world. He noticed family members were forgetting things a lot, and when he talked about things that happened, they were saying, we never went on that trip. What are you talking about? And this confused him to bits, and then it kept happening over the years, and that's how he managed to get into the agency in the first place, to investigate why these things were happening, why his family forgot things, made him feel crazy when he mentioned some memories or some trips or whatever. So that's our first entity encounter. Now, and how are these visions twisted to endanger you? I think this, well, he's triggered and starts to panic because he feels like his own days are going to be eaten now, and they're going to disappear. And hence how he just lost five days. He doesn't know this yet, but he feels like it's happening. Okay. So he's now going to use the skimmer, and that's an 8. Okay, does he go forward or back in time? Let's see. Okay, forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 1st of December. Okay. And the prompt: from no language you know or will ever know, symbols appear. What are they written on or carved into? Draw them or describe them. Okay. So are we in a different location or not? I would say, let's say 50-50. Like, I mean, than Thomas Street, because it's all been centered around Thomas Street so far. So let's say under 10 or under is yes. No, we are still at the agency, okay? Like in front of that building. I mean outside the agency. So he starts to see some ancient ruins appear all over the building, like carved into the building, yeah? And this building is huge. A huge skyscraper, and these ruins are all over it. And he knows this is the ancient language of the entity. And it's slowly, the people on the street are not reacting to this at all. It's like it's always been there. And he knows the entity is eating more and more of the world, and the entity is brave enough that it's out in the open and openly challenging the agency. Okay. So, the watch or the skimmer? Let's go 50-50 again. Low is the watch. Okay, so the skimmer. Let's roll for that. And a 6. And will we go forward in time or back in time? So, that's forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th of December. And the 6. Sorry, my bad. With the skimmer we go forward pages, not forward days. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, back to January, 5, 6, then I'll do a 3, 8, okay, it's an 8, 2, so we're on Tuesday the 9th of January. Okay. And the prompt is again, from behind closed doors, the agency exerts control. Who have they replaced? I would say that his sister appears again, but she's acting differently. So things are getting closer to home, and he's gonna have to deal with his sister, who might be influenced by the entity right now. Unfortunately, this video has gone over 30 minutes, and I'm gonna have to cut it short. But maybe we can come back to this, because Mr. Mandalone runs a tight ship, and I don't want to be in trouble for exceeding the time limit. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool game. I really like it. That is Project Ecco, and yeah, I'm definitely going to continue this game. See you, folks.